what's it called? Streamlabs? I don't know what this app is called, but I'm trying to figure out how to share. Like, how do I share the URL in this interface? Okay, so I just got an update that I am doing a thing. I have no idea how to share that this is happening to people. Like, I want to share this on... I see one person's here. Can you give me an audio check and just let me know things are working? And if it's cool, if you can throw something in the chat, I want to see if the chat comes up. I'm testing new software. I'm not seeing anything like a chat. Okay, audio is okay, cool. Okay, I see that on the chat. I appreciate that. I'm looking, sorry, I know this is goofy for somebody watching. You can't see what I'm seeing. I'm trying to share, I'm trying to find a link. Like, I have no way to find the link that I'm sure you guys can just see. So how do I share that to the world, you know? There's always a problem with everything. Stream settings, maybe? Nope. Themes, editor. Huh. This is prime content. Okay, well, I've got 4 of y'all here. So basically, it's really dark where I am, but I want to just make a little bit of video here and just see how this looks compared to the one that I did a couple nights ago on here, and see how that looks. And for such a thing, I'm just going to flip the camera around. And I am just to the edge of the golden poo here. Oh, the moon looks really cool tonight. There's a planet, like right there. I don't know what planet it is, but it's really bright. We've been able to see it out of our window for like a month now. And this looks pretty good to me, but of course, it's possible the compression sucks or whatever. Is it laggy or anything? Do things look okay on your side? Or does it seem like watchable? It's really nice outside. Looks okay? Cool. Cool. I wonder how long that text is going to stay on the screen. Oh, here's another question. Can you guys see the chat in the YouTube window? Like, can you see the chat in the video, if that makes sense? Because I think I set it up so that it would show that. Yes, you can see it in the window. Okay, that's rad. Okay, that's an improvement. I think, like, as a person who watches videos, and then it's also embedded so that when people watch the VOD or whatever, they can see the what was actually said without goofing around with stuff. I'm gonna walk over towards Sensoji. Yeah, so the main issue here is that I can't get the URL to share this on like Twitch or whatever, or on Twitter or on any other platform. Like, I have no idea how to get the URL. Like, that's pretty unideal. Is anybody here, can anybody tell if this is it streaming it to you guys in 1080p? Or is it streaming it in 720p? And also, if anybody has anything to talk about, like, that's all good too. It's like super, super nice outside. It's like the perfect temperature. That's coming right for us. It's in 1080, rad. Okay, and that's an upgrade over the YouTube app. You're like forever seeing people like standing right here taking pictures off this bridge. Doesn't look that cool right now, but sometimes, like when things are lit up, it's pretty nice. It's Friday night, so there's like lots of people out chilling along the river, as they do. I'd probably get away without looking crazy if I didn't have this giant poof ball on top of my... We have an external microphone and this huge poof ball. It catches everybody's eye. They're like, why does this guy got a gopher? Let's cross the street. That's a popo. One of the very first pictures that I have of myself in Tokyo, which just like coincidentally happened, like completely randomly, is standing right there. And you can see our apartment building in the background. And it's like seriously the first picture of I had taken of me in Tokyo when we traveled here. And like where we live now is in the background. It's a weird coincidence. These old dudes are drinking. These can catch a vibe. I'm like kind of like addicted to looking at listings for things now because we're thinking about moving. We're not going to move into something anything like this. But this is like one kitchen, one room. These are really, really small. They're kind of cheap. But it's like, seriously, like, this is the entrance, and this is the living area, and then like this is the kitchen with no cooking area. Like everything you would do is in this one single little room. So like those pictures, that's like the entire place. But it's like $560 or something a month. So like it's just really, really, really small. I mean, it's like 16 square meters. This is 14 square meters. It's even smaller. This is terrible. I mean, I guess if you're a college student or whatever, it'd be all right. Yeah, but it's like one room. That's a washing where you put like a clothes washer maybe, or a fridge. And that might be the clothes washer. Or the, maybe no clothes washer in here. That might be for the fridge. I don't really know what this X is. Oh, it's like a raised up area? Yeah, I really look into Akiya stuff a little bit. Make sure that you know what you're getting into. A lot of times it seems better than it is on paper. Like, do your research for sure. You could end up with a problem. We're thinking about like moving, and we're thinking about buying a house. So I've been down that rabbit hole of like, how could we find a thing, and like could we find something cheap and good or whatever, and I keep finding the reasons why those things exist at the prices they exist at. And it's not that it's impossible, but I think that it could be pretty tricky to navigate some of this unless you had a pretty strong understanding of Japanese real estate crossed with access to a very high level Japanese speaker. Like, Is it easy? Yeah, it's not that hard to buy property. It's hard to get financing for property. So, you can you can buy something, and you can even get somebody to you can pay like an intermediary to deal with like the language part of the contracts and everything and help you understand all of that. But the contracts are never going to be written in English. Like, they're going to be written in Japanese, and you could get them translated, but the translation isn't going to hold up in court or anything. Like, you'd have to get it translated by somebody you really trust, which is like, if you have a family member or something, if you're married to a Japanese person and they can do the translation or understanding, then that would be much safer. But it's not hard to actually buy the house. It's hard to get financing. However, since Katie has permanent resident status, it makes the financing a possibility. Why am I showing my dumb face when this is here? So what's going on here is this cop's probably not happy about these motorbikes being here. But they roll the motorbikes in front of there and take pictures of it, and these dudes are kind of like, not gangsters, but just like kind of part of like the ruffian culture. So I see this happen all the time. The cop basically told him, you can't do this. And then he let him finish taking his pictures and told him to leave. So like, this is what cops do here. Like, they aren't like jerks. Like, he was like, look, you can't be doing this. And the dude was like, okay, can I finish my photos? And he was like, of course you can finish your photos. And he's just going to stand around and wait for them to make sure they leave their bikes. But I've seen the same thing happen with like skateboarders and stuff, where the cop will be like, yo, you can't be skating here. And the dudes will be like, well, can we try a couple more tricks? And the cop's like, okay. And they try a couple more tricks, and then they let them, then they go. Like, the cops are just really chill. The only time that they ever get like to be a little more put their foot down is like if you go to like Shibuya Crossing and you see people playing music and stuff like in that area, then they'll come and they'll like turn it off right now, and they don't let them like finish or whatever. So anyway, back to the housing thing. Yeah, you like I said, you can buy a house as a foreigner, but the financing is a problem. Unless you have permanent resident status, a bank will not give you a loan. And getting a loan from a Western bank, like if you're from America or from Europe or whatever, none of those banks are going to give you a loan here, because if you default on it, it becomes very legally complex for them to get that property back. And the way that property and stuff here works, like foreign country banks do not want to deal with that. So, as a generalization, you have to have permanent residency status or Japanese citizenship, or I'm sure rich people live in another world. So maybe rich people have access to things that we don't. But that's about that. I'm surprised that 13 people found this stream without me like posting it anywhere. If somebody here is on the Discord and you can post it in the live stream area, I don't know if it matters. Who cares? Don't worry about it. Look at this house. This is cool. There's some Aki up for you. Oh, it was in your subscriber feed. So YouTube actually sent out a notification. That's great. Yeah, I mean, I assume PewDiePie just paid with cash. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to like make assumptions about people I don't know, but that would be my assumption. Like, the ultra rich, I can't imagine it would be hard. Maybe it would be hard to find something that suited his needs or what that he wanted. Does he live here now, or is it just like a vacation home? Man, if I could get YouTube to send out notifications for our main channel like this, that'd be great. This here, or maybe one more down. There's like a shrine over here that's got like some pretty dope Tanuki statues. But you can't get into it at nighttime. So, seeing as how it's nighttime, it's not going to be a thing right now. I wonder what he's going to do for visa stuff. I'm sure he's got a workaround. I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't figured out how to get in. You have cash and a real estate agent, but I want to see the yeah, that would be tricky if you weren't in the country. Are you just trying to get like a vacation property or something and just do it as a project? Check this out. Do not eat or drink in the store. You have to buy everything. You spoiled with foods. Watch out. There's been an incident in there. Yeah, like part of the problem with buying like Akiya is you have a lot to worry about. And I'm going to assume you've probably been down that rabbit hole a little bit. But in case anybody else hasn't, Akiya means like kind of like abandoned house or like an old house, of which there's tons of because they got population decline here and how many people like are moving into cities. So there's like a tremendous amount of, oh, this street is still actually closed down. What time is it? 8:30. Wait, no, that's 9:30. Here. This is like the drinking street, Hoppy Street or whatever. I thought it would be popping. That's why I walked over here. Since the state of emergency is over. Anyway, so there's all these like old, like some are abandoned and they're in various states of condition. Older houses that you can get for like very cheap, like with the land. Some of them are like borderline free because they're in certain areas and certain prices or certain areas with certain conditions. But like you can get a livable place that needs like some like TLC for like 50K or something like that. But you have to worry about like termites and mold, and like the structural integrity of some of these buildings can be kind of sketch. And then it could be a complete loss because of resale value and things, which if you don't spend a lot of money on it, big deal. But there's still like closing fees and closing costs and all this stuff that it's just like flat fees. And there's like certain like, even if the property is free, you still have to pay all these certain specific taxes and stuff based on not what the land is worth, but what it's been valued at by the state. So you could end up like, having to pay, I don't know, $10,000 or something on taxes on a house that you bought for, $30,000 or something. And that's like an incredibly high tax rate on that property. So that can make a $30,000 property like $40,000 before you've done anything to fix it up. And then of course, like I said before, like mold is a huge problem here. Termites is a problem. There's just a lot of little things to look out for. Yeah. I mean, like I said, they exist really cheap. For us, the reason that those don't work out is because we want to live sort of near to the city, and they just aren't there. They just don't exist in the city area for the prices that you think, because the land is so valuable. So when you find like Akiya in range of the city, they are being sold like as land. What the hell? It smells like nail polish remover. So they'll be sold as land, and then somebody will buy it, knock it over, and put a new house on it. So like there are no Akiya that are in the range of like where we want to live, and like we can't move out into the sticks because we can't be guaranteed to have like employment way out in the sticks. And right now we both work from home, which is awesome, but if that falls apart for one of us and we have to get a real job, like with real people, well, then that becomes a problem if we live, you know, in the middle of Shikoku or something. But we've definitely thought about it. I mean, if we could live someplace cheap enough, then we wouldn't have to have good employment. This is a roller coaster right here. This is a theme park. It's on the other side of this. We keep meaning to make a video there, like a theme park video. It's like, I don't know, the size of a city block or something. It's not like Disneyland. It's like from like this area to back where the lanterns end, like back over there. But I think it's the oldest theme park in Japan. And we've lived like down the street from it for 3 years and just never been. And there's this place, Dom Dom. It's kind of like a famous, like this location of it is famous. Do not take photographs inside the store, whatever. Well, they don't want you YouTubing this. But anyway, that's a crab. Look at this is crab. It says they have a crab burger, and that's the crab burger. And like you can see, it's hasami. It's claws and legs. Like hasami are here, and the legs are there. So, maybe one day. Huh. I'm still trying to figure out if I can link this out, but I don't see a way to do it. It's really goofy. Okay, I'm going to just kind of hook it back around and head back to the pad, y'all. So on this channel, this is like the channel we were going to use for like highlights and stuff, but I don't know, I just didn't do it. But I think it'll also make a place where we could do live streams, but we can't like monetize this channel yet because we don't have enough watch hours. And so what I'm doing is I'm editing the entire hitchhiking trip into one video so that people can just like put it on and play it, and hopefully it'll crank the watch hours up. So if anybody wants to help me out with that, keep an eye out for that. Unfortunately, the hitchhiking series as one piece is 17 hours, and you can only upload a 12-hour video to YouTube now. So I gotta do it in 2 chunks. But I'm doing the first one in like 11.5 hours. And the second chunk will be the 3.5 whatever hours that are left. That math didn't really work out, did it? Yeah, I don't know what the math is on it. I need to fix something when I get home because I typed in 3, but now I just added 11. I wonder if I messed up that cut. One of them's rendering right now, might be wrong. Never got my wallet back, no. I'm 99% sure it's in a trash can, or it was in a trash can. I think I threw it away. So, that's annoying. It's a good wallet, too. In that area, they've been destroying a lot of older buildings to rebuild with new ones. Yeah, so, yeah, they haven't started destroying them. There's this dispute with the local government. I'll walk over and I'll show you. So if you just give me like 3 or 4 minutes, I'll be over there. So just for reference, that's in Soji. And I'm gonna walk down the street towards Kaminarimon. And there's our big boy right there. So there's some buildings over here that were like built post-war, and they were built on land that wasn't like necessarily land that they were allowed to be built on, because this whole area was like firebombed, right? It was all flattened. So there was stuff here before, and then the firebombing happened, and then people just kind of like haphazardly built buildings back. And they were just like, yeah, this is where my house was, so this is my land, so I'm building a house, that kind of thing. But there was never any like official paperwork that was like done, because I mean, it was chaotic. A city just got leveled. So there's these buildings that are still existing down over here that the local government is like, we don't have any like documentation that this building is allowed to be here, and nobody has any like permits to have these buildings here, and they want them gone because they're old. But the people have been, and the government have been in this like, they've been like locked in this argument, and basically the city is waiting for, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this smoothly. Basically the city is waiting for the people to rebuild the houses, and as soon as they go to rebuild the houses, they're going to be like, okay, well, in order to rebuild this thing, you're going to get a permit. And if they can't get the, you know, and then the city can like designate where the lines are and what you're allowed to build and all that stuff, right? But the people don't want to have to give up this land, and they're worried that if they knock over their house, the city's not going to give them a permit for the type of building that they want and in the area that they want. So they're just not rebuilding the building. So it's created these really old buildings that are in like kind of bad shape that nobody can do anything about. And they're just right around this corner here. So it's this stuff. Like this side of the street is fine, but these buildings, and there used to be an older building here that got knocked over. But all of these buildings, and I mean, they look old, but they fit the aesthetic. I'm not sure if it's all of them, and I don't know how far down it goes. I think it goes down to like right in this area. I think it's like this block of buildings. And some of them have got like they've been renovated. Like some of them look like they're in better shape, but like this one, when you can see inside of it when it's opened, it's in pretty bad shape. They're really old. And this land is like probably worth a fortune because of where it sits. But yeah, I read something recently, and the local government was like going to start taking more active measures to try to get rid of this stuff. But who knows how that's going to go. And I think I have that whole story right. I read this in Japanese, like, I don't know, a couple months ago, so I might be a little bit rusty on some of the details. But some of these shops are like pretty famous, actually. Like this Asakusa Menchi place serves these little snacks, and like during the weekends and stuff, there's like a line that goes like down the road, and it's just like these like little deep fried minced meat pie things, sort of. But they're just, to me, they just taste really greasy. I mean, they're fine, but I ate one. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I had one. I don't need to have another one. But yeah, if you look over here, like this is brand new. Like this side of the street is more like clearly permits have happened. Like that's a pretty new building. But then panning back over. It's an interesting issue. But yeah, there used to be a really dilapidated building. I think right, maybe? Like it came out further, I think. It came out into the street a little bit. Because there's that tree there, and that tree has obviously always been there. Or for a while now. Oh snap, you know what time it is? It is time for some nectar. Give me just a second here. I don't have enough money on my digital Suica. So I gotta get cold hard cash. It's actually kind of warm because it's been red and shotgun to my nuts. can I put this rig? How do I open a soda can, you know? I just created a math problem for myself. I think maybe I can trust this. Yeah. What's up? All right. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I could use this to stream to Twitch. Where should I stream? Twitch or YouTube? What makes that? You know, if I paid for the premium whatever thing for Streamlabs, whatever this app is called, then I could push this out to both. Maybe that would be a good idea. Do people do that? How does that work though? Does anybody know? Like, if I push it from here to 2 platforms, is it going out of my phone to 2 platforms? Because that's a lot of data on a mobile connection. Or does it go to like a centralized server and then that pushes it out? These are questions I don't have answers to. If you've never had these, by the way, this is on point. Like, this is the hotness. Is there a line for you guys going straight across the stream right there? Like, it's definitely not in real life. But I can definitely see a line. But yeah, I mean, if this is telling me the reality and there's actually 26 people here, that's more people than usually show up on Twitch. I think we have more followers here though, right? More likely to watch it on YouTube. Yeah, but if it's a power cord, is it, I know I can see it on my finger. So like it's showing it between my finger and the camera. Like I can see it on the front of my finger. Maybe it's just some goofiness on the interface. No line. Okay, word. More likely to watch it on YouTube. Yeah, okay. And we do have more people that follow us on YouTube here anyways. I can't stream to our real YouTube channel. The reason... Yeah, this is so strange. Like, yeah, I mean, I can see the line on my face. Really weird. The reason that I can't stream to our normal YouTube channel, because every time we stream there, we lose like a bunch of subscribers. Like every single time you just push the button and boom, 50 subscribers are gone. So I'm just like, I don't want that. Like that's negative progression. Where am I? I'm in Asakusa. Like Sensoji is that way and Kaminarimon is that way, and this is Nakamise Dori. I'm assuming by your username, maybe you're in Tokyo. Are you gonna show up to stab me? Watching on your TV, you can't see the line. Okay, it must be just the interface on my thing. Why the lowercase? What does that mean? Oh, the title? Is the title lowercase? I can't see it. Oh, you live in Toshima. We used to live in Toshima. We used to live in Otsuka. No, I see the power line. I totally see that, but that's not what I'm talking about. Like when I'm talking, like I said, I can see it on my finger still. Like my finger, if it was the power line, I wouldn't be able to see it. So this must be like, oh yeah, I mean, Ikebukuro, been there quite a lot, like last train type stuff, like coming home from other parts of the city, and then the train shuten would be Ikebukuro, so we'd just walk there, and we'd end up having to walk to get to Otsuka, like past Sunshine City and stuff, to get back up to Otsuka. It was alright. Ikebukuro's got a feel. It's kicking it. I don't drink strongs. Those are terrible. It's not, they make you feel terrible. Like you drink those and then in the morning you feel like you want to kill yourself. It's like really, really unhealthy. I mean, alcohol, of course, is not healthy, but it's like worse than unhealthy. What time is it? It is 9:44 p.m. Yeah, I don't really drink alcohol that often anyways, like a couple times a year. I say that, and then like tomorrow I'll be drinking alcohol on the stream. I just don't really drink that much. Yeah, and the feel it has, Ikebukuro has, is like different based on what side of the Ikebukuro you're in. Look up, if you type in, if you go to Google and you type in Inu Niku, like with the kanji, it pulls up a restaurant in Ikebukuro. That's the feel it has there. That's how I feel about Ikebukuro. I want to eat some Inu Niku. Yeah, how dorky of this is me. Friday night doing Tokyo street drinking with the peach juice. Yeah, I don't really like Chuhai either. I'll drink, shit, what's it called? I can't think of the word. It's like udon chai. I couldn't think of the word udon, which is like tea. Tea chai. Tea chai. My brain is all twisted up. Udon hai. It's like a highball made with tea. They're okay. But I had one recently and I was like, maybe I'm never going to have one of these again. That's a 3, yeah, no, is it only 3? Yeah, no, is it 3%? No, it's 30%. It's the real shit. Rickshaw people in Asakusa. Yeah, that's not our thing. It's totally a thing here. Like, you see it all the time. It's really quite expensive too. Like, really expensive. Like hundreds of dollars if you want to go for like an hour or something like that. It's like hundreds of dollars. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I feel comfortable using the man as a horse. It makes me feel weird. But I used to know one of the rickshaw guys. He was really nice. But that's just not my thing. Yeah, we're thinking about moving. I mentioned this earlier, and like I don't know, part of me is gonna like really miss this area, especially at nighttime. I really like it, but I realized that once tourism comes back, this neighborhood's gonna go back to what it used to be, which it's fine, it's what it is. But I'm gonna be very happy that we got to live in this area, which is like the most touristy part of Tokyo, really. And we're really lucky to have lived here. I mean, this is gonna sound weird, but like during COVID, we kind of got lucky that we lived in this area because we got to experience this area without heavy tourism. And it's been very, very unique. And once tourism opens back up, it's gonna be flooded again. And it's not that it's like bad when it's full of tourists, because that's what it is, but I prefer it like this. Horuyoi. What is Horuyoi? Why is that not clicking for me? Horuyoi. Eigo de onegaishimasu. You've always lived in tourist areas? Yeah, part of the problem with it is... Horuyoi. My dictionary is filming me right now, so I can't look it up. Oh, the 3% drink the girls usually buy here? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. It's a drink name? Yeah, that's why I don't know what that is. The problem with the tourist living in a tourist area as a giant white guy in Japan is not the tourists. Because, I mean, tourists are fine. I mean, they're kind of goofy and they stand in big groups sometimes. But it's kind of fun to watch people see things for the first time. Like, even if it's people from, like, just anybody. Like, 'cause, I mean, it's not just tourists from, like, America or whatever. It's like most of them are Chinese tourists. And like the Chinese tourists can be annoying because they're in big groups, and not because they're annoying as human beings, but just because a big group of anything trying to navigate through these like kind of smaller streets is just kind of obnoxious. So I mean that aspect is kind of annoying. But the real part that sucks for us is that we live down the street, and we've lived in Japan for 10 years. And in this neighborhood, when tourism is kicking off, like outside of COVID times, all of the local people here that work in shops and work in restaurants and all those people assume that we are tourists because, I mean, they make that assumption about like, oh, white person, and of course they're probably almost always right. So it just sucks to be constantly treated like a tourist. And if you're a tourist and people treat you like a tourist, it's just like, okay, you're right. I'm a little like, I don't understand what this menu is, or I don't know how to use this particular thing or whatever. That's fine. But when you're constantly kind of being babied by the locals because they're assuming that you have no idea how to read a menu, or you don't know how to use chopsticks, or whatever, like little like micro problem that comes up, it just drags on you. It's a drag. And most people aren't like trying to be nasty, but it just burns you down. And in other neighborhoods where they don't have so many tourists, that doesn't happen. Like people will start to, like if you live in a neighborhood where there's not a lot of tourism, they kind of know like, oh, you probably live here, or they don't even know to treat you weird. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of that's the problem with this neighborhood for us. Everything else is fine. I personally like the other side of the city more, but yeah, it's all right. Enjoying the lack of tourists, being able to move about easier. People here deal with you a bit. Yeah. So yeah. See, you know what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I was saying. You live near Kinkakuji in Kyoto. Yeah, I mean, all of Kyoto probably feels similar to this, like for like foreigners who are living there. Yeah, but Adam Soul Tokyo, you know, you hear me barking, I think. Like you yeah. It's been kind of nice to just like people ever since COVID has happened, people really do just kind of treat us like normal. Like nobody asks, "Oh, are you tourists?" Like it doesn't happen anymore. Which has been, I mean, it's just nice to just be like, "Oh, there's a person," or whatever. I'm trying not to complain. Like some people like bitch and complain about Japan and stuff. That's not my thing. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about Japan at all. But sorry, this guy over here is kind of acting strange. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know Kyoto enough to know. I mean, is there anywhere in the city that's not touristy? Like, isn't the whole thing touristy? I guess you get some of the outskirts and maybe it cools down a bit. Or like south of the station, well, no, you've got that Fushimi Inari Taisha. There's probably a lot of tourists down over there. I just let you go. You guys want to see the other side? What this is looking at? How's that for excitement? That's content. I found a view that is worse looking than just staring at my mug. The line's gone. Yeah, it was just something with my app. Like I just flipped the camera one way or the other, and that line that I was seeing is gone. Bamboo forest. All right, nectar drink, finished. Probably enough sugar for the rest of my week. 39 grams of sugar. Is that a lot? Sounds like a lot. Tastes like a lot. I wonder if that's like added sugar or if that's like all sugar, because like the peach juice is 30%, so there's like peach sugar in here, right? Is it like the sweetness of that plus more? Yeah, yeah. So the ingredient list is like momo, then sugar. That's the second one. Just might as well just eating a bunch of sugar. All right. All right, let's get back on the road. Less me, more. This is kind of cute. Just they kind of made it look like classical looking or whatever. Yeah, those go in the same. Those go in the same can. Same thing. Why do they do that? Okay, so like I said, I was just testing this app. Has it been working all right? Like, is it any like mega drop frames or anything, or has anybody seen any problems, or am I good to go? If I could just figure out how to share the URL, I'd be set. I guess I could just share the channel URL and be like going live in 5. And then when people go to the channel, they'd be able to find it. I guess that would probably, like if you go to the channel right now, like in an incognito browser, does it just show you the live stream that's happening, or do you have to like dig around for it? I appreciate everybody helping me, by the way. Not as much in motion blur as the other day. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's been good? Okay, great. This is wonderful news. Tokyo looks dark. Well, it is nighttime. And I mean, yeah, that's the moon. On your channel, it says you're live? Okay. So like if I had just posted a link to the channel beforehand, that would then like people would be able to find it. Like it would be an acceptable way to advertise. Yeah, most people are wearing masks. Vaccination rates are getting decent here too. I haven't checked it in a while, but it at least is, I don't think it plateaued. I think there's still more demand than there is supply, which is sort of a good thing in a certain way. I heard rumors that tourism will be open back up in April, so don't book your tickets. But that's the rumors that have started flying around. They said you're live on my feed. Yeah, that's cool. But I'm worried about people who don't follow us here on this channel and only follow us on like Instagram or whatever. I like to market things a little bit. So maybe I'll try that next time, is put a link up, and then people who care, maybe they'll subscribe, ring that bell, and then next time they'll just get a notification. Yeah, I hope you get to visit Japan once every. I don't know if the pandemic is ever gonna be over? Is this gonna be forever? But eventually things will open. Lady gave me a stink eye. Yeah, I mean, everything's gonna have to like sort of go back to sort of normal, right? Like, eventually, like, vaccination rates are going to get high enough and whatever, right? Is that how this works? God, I hope. I'll show you something cool. The lantern that's hanging above this is cool. Just says the name of the station. This goes down to a train station. And this is like kind of cool. Oh, can I zoom on here? Yes, I can. Good. The channel has a separate video to the stream saying you're live, but doesn't pop out very much. Wonderful. That's not the news I was hoping for. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how to get the URL and share it. It seems like such a weird problem. Maybe I'll Google around and see if this is something goofy that I'm doing. But yeah, so far this has been the best in real life streaming solution that I have seen. So that's ideal. I'm just looking for something that's like a quick, easy way to do some like unplanned, like I just have 20 minutes here or whatever, little Maserati. And I just got some time to kill and I want to do a live stream without setting up like, you know, a whole bunch of complicated equipment and stuff. If you start the stream, can you go to your stream and share the link? I don't know. I don't know how to go to my stream. Like, go to my stream like with YouTube. Like, I don't know what happens if I go away from this window. Does it stop the stream? I think, I don't know. I feel like we have more followers on YouTube, but I wouldn't stream video games to YouTube. I don't know why. It just feels wrong. I know people do. But doing in real life stuff, I guess I'd rather do it to YouTube. If I was able to like, if it was able to like recoup money, then I might just try to stream it to both. But I have to pay to do that. So, I don't know. Yeah, that's just the thing. Like, have the partner copy the URL and then do all the sharing. Like, I just want to do a quick live stream. I don't, I don't want to get another person involved. In a minute here, I'm going to get up here and pull over, and I'm going to just swipe away from this and see what happens. And if it kills the stream, then we'll all have learned that it kills the stream. And if not, then we'll know that I would be able to do that. So stick around just a second and then tell me. Yeah, so the thing with John Dobb is he makes a lot of money. So he's like going to be dropping money on equipment and like software that you may need to do multiple streams or whatever he does. Like I'm not trying to do like he goes out and does it like for his job, and like I don't make that money. So you know what I'm saying? I just want to do it for fun. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is just chill. I'm going to try to swipe away from this and then come back to it. And if I can do that and it doesn't disconnect, then that means that I would be able to do the thing where I share the URL and then come back. But I'm curious what it's going to do to you. Is it just going to pause? Like, what's going to happen? So I'll be right back. Okay, what happened? The chat reset for me. Okay, but I got back. We're still going. What did it do? You could still see me. So it kept everything going. Nothing happened. Okay, that makes this, I can deal with that. It looked like you poked us in the eye. Okay, give me a second. So I'm still there. So if I pick my nose right now, you guys can see it. I don't even know how to get to YouTube on the thing. Subscriptions. Okay, and then I come, how do I get this? Swiping. My phone's kind of acting crazy because it's in sideways mode, but only kinda. So I was there the entire time. You guys, nothing blimped. Did you guys see my pick my nose? The stream stayed active. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, yeah. So I'll probably use this more. Oh, you can actually see. I didn't realize this is there's a watermark on the top right. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, rad. So I will probably use this in the future for in real life live streaming for the time being. It didn't let me set a thumbnail. That's the only thing it didn't do that would have been nice. Because it's just like, I don't know what it's a thumbnail of right now, but I didn't put it there. We're gonna have a night food tour. There's not much night food out. Like, I don't know where I'd even go. No watermark, really? Oh wait, watermark, yes? We're a fight. Yeah, it's really faint. Like, hold on, let me see. Can you see it now? Like the edge of it says, you can kind of sort of see it, like if I put it in that light. Yeah, that's totally, I mean, whatever, who cares? But again, I don't even know, I think it's a monthly fee, and it gives you some features and yada, yada, yada. But again, like, I don't know what it costs. If it's only like $1 or $2 or something, then whatever, I'll pay it. But if it's $30 a month, then unless I'm making $30 a month, you know what I'm saying? Look at this car. Oh, never mind. I thought it had the way that the light shined off it. You know the paper cups from the 90s with like the blue swoop on it? I thought they had painted that on the side of their car. You guys looking for something like you dropped it. Yeah, somebody paid a lot of money to import that. Now that you can see that watermark, you'll never unsee it. When you close your eyes tonight to sleep, it's all you'll see floating in front of you, like floating in front of your face. Alright, so I'll be killing the stream here in 2 minutes. If anybody has any following questions or commentary or wants to call me a motherfucker, then now's your moment. like the other cost I have to think about as well with like live streaming is right now I have unlimited data, and I could have much cheaper phone bill if I didn't have unlimited data. So right now I am kind of paying extra for this capability. But again, like, I mean, I don't know if we'll ever, I don't know if I'd ever have like enough followers for it to like start to like balance out economically. It takes quite a few. It takes quite a few. So right now it's just for fun. Still get Kate. Katie's got no time, but if I could convince her to go out and live stream by herself, she'd probably get us canceled. But but I think people will probably be more interested in that than my ramblings. Katie's a star. Stretch before I cross the river. Is there some sort of joke here I don't get? Alright, if anybody is into the twitchings and stuff, there's a possibility. I don't know what my day tomorrow will be like, but I really want to play more Metroid Dread. So, that might be a thing I'm doing tomorrow. But it will be late afternoon, early evening, late evening, maybe, Tokyo time. So, if I do get around to it, keep your eyes peeled. And that'll be on Twitch. But I'm leaving now, man. All right, so this seems like it worked pretty good, and I appreciate everybody helping me out. And now that I see I have the most viewers that I've had the entire time, I'm gonna split. I want everybody to, if you press the, no, don't do it, never mind. I was gonna say press the thumbs down button because I'm curious to see if it'll actually account for anything. I've got some conspiracy theories going on. But then if you press the thumbs down button, then it'll delete us from the universe and you'll never see us again. Anyway, see y'all later, everybody. Oh, there's a woman doing stretches. I should stretch more. I'd probably feel better. See y'all later.